morning, boys and girls. This is Mrs. Norman with your morning announcements. Today is Monday, May 8th, 2023. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you. You may be seated. Today's lunch choices are fish nuggets with cornbread, turkey and cheese sandwich, peanut butter and jelly sandwich, or a pretzel with yogurt. We want to give a big happy birthday to Bodie Smith. We hope you have an amazing birthday and enjoy your day today. We're giving a big congratulations to Miss Allen's class for winning the Golden Spoon last week. Great job cleaning up after yourselves, being respectful in the cafeteria, and doing what you needed to. We are very proud of you for your hard work. Keep it up. And now it's time for our star breathing. We're going to smile, take a deep breath, and relax.
3.
We're star, we like ourselves for who we are. We learn in school every day. You take along the way. We're family at school. We help each other. We think it's cool. We wish you well in every way. And hope you have a beautiful day.
Thank you, Miss Fry's class, for helping us with our school chant. We have one more additional announcement. We want to congratulate the following students for having their artwork submitted by Miss Stevenson into the Milford Art League. We have Charlotte Ladd from Miss Coon's class, Riker Kidwell from Mrs. Simon and Mrs. Hill's class, Michael E. Perez Velasquez from Mrs. O'Hara's class, Aria May from Mrs. Fry's class, Weston Nelson from Miss Allen's class, Ezra Smith from Miss Allen's class, Gracie Minhalt from Mrs. McDuff's class, Parker Demetrakis from Miss Gibbs' class, Dante Culver from Mrs. Leggs and Mrs. Hills and Mrs. Mazzaros' class, Jaden Wyatt from Mrs. Roach's class, Theo Grant from Mrs. Roach's class, Nathan Nunez from Mrs. Sarabia and Mrs. Tack's class, Aria Desai from Ms. Sarabia and Mrs. Tack's class, Kalea Tingle from Mrs. Fry's class, Riley Leanna from Mrs. Fry's class, Luna Devantport from Miss Besaw and Miss Lee's class, Grayson Gregory from Miss Besaw and Miss Lee's class, Mahola Lewis from Miss Besaw and Miss Lee's class, Noah Allman from Miss Henry's class, Brinley Hughes from Mrs. Henry's class, Jonathan Asantio Carnanza from Mrs. Webb's and Miss Lopez Santiago's class, and Markia Lee from Mrs. Webb and Miss Santiago's class. Congratulations to those students for having their artwork displayed in Milford. Keep up the great work. We are very proud of everyone for all their hard work. We hope you have a beautiful day, and we're looking forward to seeing you tomorrow.